I have to offer is myself alone. Everything you're seeing to the dark unknown. Gotta take it all because I come this way. I hope you find enough to make you wanna stay. Come on down. You don't like it on your mountain anyhow. Come on down. I know you're gonna love me with your feet on the ground. Don't you try to change me like the ones before. Love me now or leave me, 'cause there ain't no more. There is no potential in the here and now. You're never gonna change it 'cause you've passed the how. Come on down. You don't like it on your mountain anyhow. Come on down. I know you're gonna love me with your feet on the ground now. Well, I confess to everything I'm love and hate. The riches of the nations and the empty plate. The devil and the saint are mingled all in one. 'Cause one without the other simply ain't no fun. Ooh, come on down. You don't like it on your mountain anyhow. Come on down. I know you're gonna love me with your feet on the ground. I am who I am, and if it's not enough, all that I can tell you is it's really tough. Hope you find the one who lets your love light shine. The one whose imperfections you will never find. Ooh, come on down. You don't like it on your mountain anyhow. Come on down. I know you're gonna love me with your feet on the ground now. Whoa, come on down. You don't like it. You don't like it. Ooh, come on down. Know you're gonna love me with your feet on the ground now. Know you're gonna love me with your feet on the ground now. Know you're gonna love me with your feet right on the ground. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Whoopee!
Well, welcome to another episode of A Question of Meaning with
Howdy, folks.
Arthur and Katie. And we thought we'd talk about relationships some today. And when we first talked about this, we actually said relationships almost at the same moment. Like, oh, yeah, that's great. We're still thinking alike. That's a good sign after 30 years of relationship. But I thought more male-female relationship, and Arthur was thinking more human relationship, just, on a general way. And so I think we'll cover, hopefully, both of those.
You could even take it beyond that. Not even human, just relationship, period.
Wow.
Relating to the world around you, the universe, death.
Interesting. Okay.
Relations.
Relations.
Are you having relations? That Eddie Murphy, the old grandmother.
I love Eddie
Sometimes
Murphy.
I even have relations with myself. That starts things off on a low note.
Yes, well, you've been
That's me. That's my job.
wanting to talk about sex for some
much
time
of a job,
now.
but it's my job. That's right. We promised sex, but we're actually experimenting with some new lighting and having a little,
Yeah. So anyway, hopefully this is going to be out of order. So it's not going to
this
come
should
after
be.
our religion and politics.
Correct. That's coming up.
That's right.
Sex is definitely on the calendar.
So anyway, I wanted to talk about that song some because that kind of, for me, sets the tone here. As I just briefly mentioned, Arthur, which I will also briefly mention, Arthur wrote all the songs that we do on this show.
Well, let me mention something really quick for just where you say that. Give us a call. We haven't had one call. We've been on the show. This is our 5th week on the show. We haven't gotten one phone call. Just pick up your cell phone from wherever you're sitting or lying or whatever and call 808 0414.
No,
that's not right.
silly.
No, it isn't.
It's too much like our old phone.
Yeah.
808-8014.
808-808-8014. Didn't I say that? I think I said that. 808-8014, and just say, I'm watching.
Don't you
don't
wish
have
you
to
could-
agree with anything. Just say you're watching. Just let us know we're not broadcasting into a vacuum.
And anyway,
we really would appreciate
that's
it.
funny
I'm sorry.
since we just had a disagreement about whether he said that or not. And sometimes, don't you wish every moment of life was taped so you could do the rerun, hit the rewind button and go back and say, yeah, see, look, I was right.
It was like a cartoon that I saw once about a woman's laying in bed and says, can't I say one thing without you, verifying it, and the guy's going through, he has a whole wall of files by the bed, and he's rifling through the files to verify what she
that
actually
was the
said.
guy that did that. That comedian that did that wonderful black man who was blind, and he was,
Oh, yeah, Dave
what's his-
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. He did something with the. Remember, it was like a big. You were carrying someone around on your back that was like a courtroom stenographer that was taking notes of
Verifying
everything.
so they, that's right.
So anyway, back on track. Come on. So this shows a little bit here. We're just demonstrating what relationship looks like after 30 years. But that song, Come On Down, Arthur wrote shortly after we met. And I was really offended by it, as a matter of fact.
As well she should have been. Who do you think I wrote it to? About?
I was like, I'm not on any mountain. I mean, what are you talking about? But at the same time,
Guys out there can relate to what I'm
he,
saying.
he had definitely put me on a pedestal, but I thought I deserved to be on the pedestal. That was my natural place with him worshiping me. And,
What did Gertrude Stein say? I think it was Gertrude Stein said that female virtue is man's greatest invention.
yeah, and there's all sorts of variations. We don't want to get too bogged down in male-female relationships.
Please.
But I mean, I think that song, it's really for what the essence of what we've discovered, works in a relationship, and certainly not anything we've perfected by any stretch. We certainly still have our problems, but that equality is what we're really looking for in a relationship, and loving each other the way we are rather than some idealized image of who that person is or could be. And I think that's what a lot of women really make mistakes about in life. I mean, there's even, I'm trying to think of something you're referring to that, women talk about improving the man. It's like their lifelong project is, I've actually, oh yeah, that's right. A woman who was married to someone for, many years, got, somebody complimented them on something their husband did. And they were like, yeah, I've been working years to get him to that point. Like,
it was on a Roseanne show. She said Dan didn't come out of a box.
Well,
like
that's
that. It took
another
a lot
way.
of work.
Yeah, so like women see their husband as their project in life to improve to some specification of what a good man should be like, instead of the way he is to start off. And like the woman is the image of perfection, and men have to be. Women come out of the box perfect, but men have to be altered and made
No
over.
pun intended. I think there's a reason for that.
Yes.
We have a theory about all this stuff,
Of course.
that we call it the pit and the tusk analogy. That the male style in life, or their survival technique, could be epitomized by a bull elephant trumpeting, stampeding through the jungle, flattening everything in its path, brute force. No woman in her right mind, and men are just simply physically superior. We're bigger and we're stronger than most females. So women have to use a slightly more intelligent, some might say devious. You'd be a fool to stand up to a charging bull elephant. So the female survival technique involves a pit, a deep pit.
Could even get the Freudian.
I think there's actually a proverb that says a woman is a deep pit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Watch your way, my son. The survival technique of the female is epitomized by a deep pit dug in the jungle, clearing up ahead, with sharpened bamboo stakes embedded at the bottom, and a delicate lattice work, a gentle, delicate, pretty lattice work of twigs and leaves covering the trap, the elephant trap, and the male, whoa, down the hatch.